Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Rise and energize bright and early.
Bright and early.
Let's
So
go.
energized.
How we doing today?
Actually, really good. I truly do find that when we sort of refocus our time, I'm able to gain momentum for the morning. I didn't think it would be as impactful as it is to sort of show up for ourselves and for other people. If you're watching, welcome. But it's been amazing. It's been great.
Tell me
It
more.
hurts for that first 5 minutes getting up, getting the feet on the floor, but it's been great. What about you?
Tell me more. What's come about from that? Why is it great?
So, generally in the past, when I would wake up, I would just get up and start moving, right? Or get up and start answering emails. And I can't because I have to show up for myself and for you and for other people during these lives, right? Like I can't do other things while I'm doing the thing. And especially with ADHD brain, I'm more apt to do like 3 things at the same time and thus not focus on anything. But for this, I have to focus on this one thing. And so being able to sort of align that energy in the morning has been great instead of like ping, 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 pinging everywhere, right? Like getting the kids ready and then I'm checking emails and I'm doing all these other things. I do believe in grounding. It's like, I'll tell everybody else, make sure you wake up in the morning and you ground, go for a walk, meditate, journal, do all those beautiful things. But I found myself as I perceived myself getting busier and busier and created a limiting belief that I didn't have the time to do those things to give to myself. And then I stopped doing them. It sort of spiraled that energy. Whereas now it's like, no, we can like bring it back to center and just focus on one thing in the morning, first thing. And I think it's helped my brain a lot.
Oh yeah, totally. I feel like sometimes when I wake up and I've got all these things to do, or I'm recklessly starting this and stopping and starting this or doing that or putting that fire out, I just don't have, it doesn't give me energy and it doesn't allow me to pour into something consistently or consecutively, So for me, I end up doom scrolling. I end up, bouncing around and never really finishing anything before the day starts or before the kids get up or before the phone rings, right? I think that's one of the big things we forget as business owners and entrepreneurs is why do something later when we can do it right now? Because later a client could call, right? A new business lead could come in and you got to jump on and handle it. And we have no idea what's coming in our future world, and that future being 10 minutes, 40 minutes, 4 hours, 6 hours from now. And what I found is if I can create these opportunities to stay grounded, to stay consistent, to stay focused on one thing, then I feel like I'm accomplishing more. And it's already, first thing done in the morning because I'm focused and dialed. And it allows me to take that energy gain and then run through the day with it because it's just that morning routine, right? We talk so much about what are you doing in the morning. That's why we want to jump on and chat, because selfishly it helps us to get the brain working, to get in the right mood, to have that, alignment. But also for everybody else listening, hopefully they're recharging their mind and their mindset and taking some nuggets from these conversations. I mean, I know that the people are taking nuggets from these conversations because they've been DMing me and we've been chatting and we've been talking about some of the things we've discussed and situations that have risen. So it's been really interesting, and I'm excited to share today one of the things that caused or allowed me to put up some boundaries after talking about this last week, talking about boundaries, talking about how we need to put them up so we can control and maintain our energy.
Yes, tell me, because I made the note. We were supposed to talk about it today. He teased it yesterday, so let's hear it.
All right. So people ask you all the time to meet, to collaborate, and we are making assumptions of why or what the purpose of the meeting is. And when we make assumptions and we don't have clarity around something, for me, if it's opposite of the assumption, it kills my energy, right? I set an expectation, whether it's true or not, or it's caused by me or it's my fault, but I do set an expectation going into a meeting. Like, is this just to network? Do they want to collaborate on an event or a conference? Do they want to hire me to speak? Do they want to hire me to consult? Do they want to hire me to put together a marketing strategy? Do they want to join Impact Effect? And instead of guessing, I just put these questions on the calendar. So you are forced and required to answer the question of why are we meeting? So that way I have a clear understanding. And if it's something that doesn't align with what I want or what I need, then I'm not going to take the meeting. So it's pretty interesting. I'll share. Let me share. I don't know how to share a screen on this, but I can try.
I was like, you're getting fancy now. I'm assuming maybe present.
Like, I'm assuming maybe the word that tells you exactly what you're looking to do.
Do you have 1,000 tabs open though? Like my ADHD tabs are open and like 3 Chrome profiles.
Always.
Oh yeah. Oh, Jim, this is so smart.
So calendar, you pick, okay, tomorrow I want to meet with Jim. He's available at 4:30. And then name, email. Which of the following statements is most accurate about the reason for booking this meeting? And I want to know there. You can see in here. There's no other. There's no fill in the blank.
Whoa, right? You get like right into it too. Like, I'm not interested in hiring you. I just want to network. This is a sales meeting. I want you to buy something for me. What do you do if people lie? Like, I can clearly see like what you're fishing for. So I'm going to lie because I'm not going to tell you I want to sell you. I'm going to say,
now I know you're a liar. I'd rather fill that out through a friggin' calendar invite than to spend 6 coffee meetings with you, and you've lied to me about the intention of us meeting, the purpose. You've lied to me about where your heart is. You've lied to me about your core values, right? Because most of us, honesty is a core value, or I wish to, and hope it's something that you focus on, right?
Yeah.
But like, we talk so much about alignment. We talk so much about the things that give us energy. And does a liar give you energy, Rachel?
No, but you won't necessarily find that out. So you'd still waste that first meeting sometimes, but then they ruin the relationship.
Now I know that I have a liar on my hands. Now I know that rather than being like, oh, I think this person wants to sell me a car warranty. Right.
Right.
Like, now I know they want to sell me a car warranty, and they said that they just wanted to connect and they weren't going to sell me anything. Right.
Do you call those people out? I want to know. Do you call them out for wasting your time, or do you just straight up like, thank you so much, we'll be in touch, and you just move on and never be in touch with the people that like bait and switch you into a conversation?
I struggle with this. I was telling you the other day, last week, I went to a seminar. The person said, let's connect on Instagram. I reached out, I asked a question, said, hey, would you have 15 minutes to chat? I met you through this person previously. I was at this event that you were at. This person spoke on my stage that you're very good friends with. You crushed it during the presentation. I've got, I'd love to just connect with you. And I'm launching this Impact Effect community in this digital platform, right? And oh yeah, this, that, and the other thing. And this would sound perfect for you to join my community. Here's a link. And it's like, and I wanted to say, did you just hard sell me after you just did a seminar about community, heart, love, helping, all that? Or I wanted to just ask, is this a robot? Like, give them the out. Is this ManyChat? Is this automated? And I thought about it. I even asked you what your opinion was, and I decided to not do anything because
Just let
at
it
the
go.
end of the day, I don't know that person enough to care enough to give them the feedback, because the feedback that I would give is, hey, you just did all this stuff and positioned yourself as a leader, and the one opportunity I was reaching out to connect with you, you hard sold me on a community. I'm not looking to buy anything.
Right.
And we didn't even get on the phone. So like now I don't want to, right? Because I
No.
know how that person operates. They don't collaborate. They don't. And we talked about collaboration. Like I would have said, hey, let's collaborate. You're amazing. Where do you live? Do you throw your own events? You have a community. I have a community. I can help marketing. You're a guru in branding and messaging. Like what I was going in was I want to provide value, and maybe that person never gets value from those meetings, so they don't take them. I don't want to be that person that makes the assumption. I just want to ask you the questions and you'd be honest with me. And if you lie to me, or if you come in and you try to sell me health insurance or life insurance, um, halfway through the conversation, then I'm going to reference what you checked off on this box.
I want to
And
ask you about your calendar and your calendar boundaries, because I stopped putting a calendar up, like an open calendar where people could put themselves on, because I started to find some people just weren't showing up for those times. And it's like, number one, somebody who really wanted it could have used that time. That pisses me off. Number two, you just wasted my time. Like, I had to stop what I was doing to make sure I was available for you. And then it's like, either they cancel or they reschedule. What do you do with people that just do that more than once? Do you just say, hey, this is not meant to be? I literally took my calendar off for people to be able to just put themselves on, because it was starting to frustrate me. The people
you
that were
have
showing up was amazing, right? That time with the people that did want it was great. But just the small percentage of people that weren't, I don't know, for some reason it kind of just made me angry. So I just took it all away. Maybe that's probably a mistake, and I'll rethink about putting a Calendly link up again. But what do you do for those people that continuously put themselves on your calendar and then don't show up? Because that's a huge energy drain, man.
stretch it
You
out
know
real.
that. Time is valuable. Time is money. What do you do? Is it like a conversation of, hey, do you have poor time management? Why can't you show up for yourself? Or do you just sort of let it go and just say, I'm not the one?
I think when you put out a calendar link, you're going to get people who are going to take advantage of that, right? There's no cost associated to it, and there's no relationship built with it. There's always someone who is never going to pay for your services and is going to show up and grab everything for free. And that's okay. But I've learned to identify those people, because I don't want to misconstrue them as a lead. I don't want to misconstrue them as friendship if they're just looking to get and grab. And I've had a lot of those people in my life. I think when you give, you have to just have the conversation of what's next. Where do you see the vision of our relationship going, or our friendship, or hey, I noticed you've come to 3 free webinars. We've had 3 or 4 conversations. Do you plan on purchasing anything? I think we tend to get in our own heads, and we tend to create a story that is real or isn't real. And in most cases, if you're anything like me, I create the story that's probably not real. I live in a world of future anticipation and anxiety sometimes, where all I could have done was just ask the person, and sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong, you know? But to your point of an open calendar, like if you're just saying, hey, grab a 15-minute strategy call, I would build a calendar that has specific questions around it, so you at least know what it is. And then if you see a repetition, you got to ask that person to pay you one way or another. If you have a low ticket offer, great. If you have a medium ticket offer, great. If you have a high ticket offer, great. rather than you getting frustrations or you getting your energy drained or you getting thrown off, I just have to ask the question. You know, I got on a call with someone. They came to an event. They booked a free call, and then they booked off my newsletter twice. And I reached out to them and I said, what are you looking to connect about? And they said, well, you're the one that offered the calendar invite. What do you want to connect about? And I canceled the meeting. And then they said, why'd you cancel the meeting? I said, there wasn't purpose behind it. And when we met the next time, they actually said, hey, the reason why I want to meet is because I want to tell you how you changed my life and how that event opened up possibilities and capabilities. And I didn't know how to say that. So you see where I'm going with this. By me asking the question allowed them to actually reflect and be able to communicate and tell me why they wanted to connect. And ultimately, it was a great conversation because there was purpose behind it. Um, she was telling me how much I changed her life and what I'm doing is great. When's the next thing going on? I'd like to get in the community. I don't have the money right now. Keep me posted. Please don't take me off the newsletters. Great conversation, right? But I needed to know where we were going before that meeting. So I had the energy. And quite honestly, she needed to know where we were going because I think based on the previous call, we just got on the call and she was like, what's next? How can you help me? What's this and that? And she didn't have any money for anything that was next. So like, just by asking the question, it allowed us to narrow the conversation and build a deeper relationship. I learned a lot. I asked her why and how and who resonated and what's your favorite speaker and have you connected with them? What's the feedback been on their end? Have they followed up to you with you? Did they take a meeting? I learned that, someone on our stage said, hey, let's connect, gave out their number to about 20 or 30 people and didn't respond to anybody. That was another validation about that, right? So there was so much information in that meeting. I didn't want to cancel it, but I needed to understand the direction we were going because I had a lot going on that week and I couldn't do an energy drain. I actually remember the week. It was like one of those weeks where you look at your Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and you literally have like 10 minutes open on your calendar, which is another drain. Don't do that. Do not. I don't recommend it. One of the best advice someone told me when I was 20, taking a director role in management, is if you don't leave 15 to 30-minute blocks in between meetings, you're going to hate this job more than you probably already do.
1,000%.
And I was like, oh, I hate this job. I didn't think it showed in this smiling face.
But I love the idea of just getting more specific, right? It doesn't mean I should take away the hours that I was available to other people that were getting the value out of those 15-minute connections. I just need to get more specific and just have them fill out a simple questionnaire of like, why are we doing this? And then maybe even them thinking about it would help them want to show up more. Does that make sense? As opposed to just, here's an open 15 minutes. So maybe it will make that person think a little bit harder about showing up for themselves.
When I filled out those questions that are on my calendar now, the first time, I didn't take the meeting with the person because I didn't know what I wanted. I was like, oh, that person's a New York Times bestseller. I paused my book right now. It's not important to me in this season today. So I wouldn't connect with them on the book they published. So what am I really doing? I'm just asking questions about something that I have no intention to utilize that information in present day. Then the next one was, I think he was a lawyer. Do you want to hire me for legal counsel? My lawyer's ChatGPT at the moment. So no, I'm not going to hire a lawyer unless I'm doing a big equity deal or we're talking over 100K and moving money, right? Okay. So then he asked about his course. I didn't have the information on the course. So it was actually great because it allowed me to go look up the course, see what he offers. I saw he offered a different program. I saw he offered something around ethics, which hits home to me. I left corporate, left 2 companies, walked away because they were unethical. They asked me to do unethical things. So just by asking those questions, it caused me to do, wow, 3 different things: to research the person more, to reflect on what I actually need, and then to go figure out, like, oh, this person does this, and then to go look deeper into them on their website to see what they're offering, what it costs, things like that. Realize that I don't need to take this meeting. This is actually an energy drain for me because it's just time where we're talking and I don't actually need, or I don't actually want anything from this person, and I don't know them, so I don't even know how to provide value. So if there was an option that said, I want to provide you value, but I have no fucking idea what we're going to meet about, I probably would have chose that. I would have been embarrassed, unchecked it, and didn't choose the meeting.
So for everybody listening, today's challenge, today's homework, if you choose to accept it, is twofold, really. If you offer a calendar, right? Be more specific, have people fill out a questionnaire so they really kind of understand, number one, what your expectation is, and number two, you understand what their expectations are. If you are the energy drainer who continuously checks off those 15-minute freebie consultations, but then takes no action, or you consistently cancel them, I want you to evaluate that today and try to really think about why you're the person that consistently cancels. Right? Is it because you don't want to show up for yourself? Is it because you don't really know why you even scheduled that 15 minutes? Or is it really just because you're scared to connect? Right? I mean, ADHD brain, sometimes if I'm not on that high and I'm on a low and I just don't want to talk to somebody today, is that why? And if you're finding yourself canceling a lot of those in-person or over the phone meetings, are you in a low too often? Does that make sense? And then maybe you really need to think about your health and why you're consistently scheduling things and canceling on yourself. Because really, you're canceling with that person and potentially ruining a good connection. But you're also like canceling on yourself. You're not showing up for yourself. So think about that today.
And we'll help you build these calendars in the Impact Effect community. As you know, we give you the Go High Level platform that provides calendars, email marketing, social media management, planning, payments, invoices, contracts, e-signing platforms, customer relationship management, SMS texting, landing pages, funnels, websites. But also it does calendars, and we can help you build a calendar that protects your time and, most importantly, protects your energy. So we don't want to just talk about this stuff. We don't want to leave you in fairyland of this is a great concept and this is a great idea. Reach out to us. Check out Impact Effect Community. We'll give you the platform. We'll teach you how to build the calendars, and we'll teach you how to protect your time and your energy. Right? I was using Calendly. And I think it cost me like $190. Now I get that in Go High Level, and I get the customization, and I can create the domain and attach it to the domain. So like connectwithjim.com is for that calendar. And I could make a funnel page that talks about me and what I do, and then you book the calendar. So like there's just so many opportunities, and we want to help you build those so you are more successful showing up for yourself, taking the right meetings, going to the right meetings, and protecting your time and energy. So if you're interested in any of what we've talked about, if you're interested in learning more and diving deep and getting one-on-one help, as well as being in a community that belongs and navigating this crazy world of life and business alongside other folks who are doing it and doing it at a higher level, the same level, or a lower level, we can all learn from each other. So check out Impact Effect Community. If any of this has resonated with you, we'd love to have you join. We'd love to be able to be the smallest, tiniest little fraction in providing some insight, education, or strategy around energizing your day, energizing yourself, and saving yourself from those energy vampires. So That's my spiel. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. Have a great day.
Rise and energize. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning.
You got this.